Well, hello there again and welcome back. I hope you're doing good today. What I decided to do, I think it's finally high time that we do a demonstration video of this wonderful Sears Roadmates Parking Garage. One of the things I do is I like to go back and review some of the prior videos I've done and see which ones are really getting the views and such. And I noticed that I think you really like a demonstration video because one of the last ones I did, which was for the burning key car, that's gotten a lot of views. And it's such a simple, short video. That's why it surprised me. I was like, wow, okay. So, I've had this for a long time. You've seen it already a few times, in passing glances in other videos. So this time we're going to take a really in-depth look at it. We're going to demonstrate the features on this. So I also brought the box in from the garage too. This is the box that it came in. So this is the Sears Roadmates parking garage with the little manually operated elevator. And back in the 1970s, and also probably the 80s too, if I remember correctly, Sears used to open up something in their stores called the big toy box. They usually put it in the garden section, which of course would have been out of season by Christmas. And they'd fill it with a bunch of toys. Of course, there'd be everything in there. Tonkas, die-cast cars, everything else you could imagine. And I remember my parents got me this one Christmas, and I just love this thing. This is one of my favorite toys to play with. When I was supposed to be taking a nap, I'd be playing with this thing. The only thing is I couldn't use the elevator because the clicking sound is so loud. It would have definitely alerted my mom, and she would have been like, "What are you doing in there?" So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the camera from the stand it's on and kind of move in and show you some of the other features that you can't quite see from this vantage point, and then after that we'll do a demonstration on it. So let's do that right now. Go ahead and get this removed from here. Bear with me a second. Okay, so one of the first things I'll show you is you'll see we got some nice little gas pumps here. I'm going to put this little extra light on here. These nice little gas pumps here. It's a Shell station. You Gen Xers no doubt remember this. Remember the good old days? You could just get your motor oil right up out of gas pumps, and they came in those kind of foil and cardboard lined cans, and you pierce it on the top with that little special spigot or spout or whatever, and add oil with the car, and then you could pay the attendant. Man, them days are long gone. This oil, if this was in today's world, it wouldn't even last 24 hours, and that whole entire case should be gone because, we just live in a world where people don't got any honor anymore. It's kind of sad. So back over here, we got this little nifty grease rack, and bear with me in my big hands. This is meant for a child's hands, not a grown-up's hands. So that little grease rack goes up and down. You can put a car in there, pretend like it's getting serviced. And then, of course, you got this little gate right here. And our model for today is going to be demonstrated by this Tomica Porsche 928 we've got here. That's going to be the car I demonstrate the elevator with. Now, these little signs right here, they were added on by me. They did not come with the original set. I got them as part of something I bought off of eBay to help enhance the display a little bit. They're like old Bachmann signs for model railroading. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera back on here. Do a little mooring. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to demonstrate this nifty little elevator. I've tried using another car other than the Porsche, which was like a Matchbox that had wider tires, and it was actually having a hard time exiting the elevator and such. So I'm going to go ahead and try this one. This might work better. All right, so you can see the car's loaded into the elevator. We're going to crank it up now. You hear how loud that is? You also have to realize, too, this thing's like 50 years old, so it's a little sticky. It's not real particularly slick operation. And what we'll do is we'll go up to level 5 here. There we go. That should do it. So you'll notice we got these little flippers on here. This allows you to divert the car whatever direction you want to go. So let's flip it forward here. Oh, actually, that's a little guard right there. I just noticed that. Cool. This is the flipper to make the car flip. So these two here are little guards that help keep the car in place while it's going up. And then you put them down, and then this is the flip you use to make the car go in. And there it goes. Perfectly. I like that. That's how it's supposed to work. All right. It didn't work with the Matchbox car. Like I said, probably because the tires are wider. All right. And then, what's interesting about this parking garage is, in large metropolitan areas like New York, I think Philly also has them, and also Baltimore, you got no land to sprawl out and have parking lots. So having a vertical system like this is very helpful. And they do have garages that are like this, where the cars are parked in these stalls, and there's an elevator located in the center that goes up and down and retrieves them. And They're pretty sophisticated. This is actually very simple. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and flip the car back on the elevator there. And of course, it's not going to work properly because why? I don't have the elevator low enough to accept the car going in there. Like I said, this thing's 50 years old. It don't work perfect. There we go. Now we got it. I should have my rear guard up here. All right, so we got that on there now. Now we're going to crank it back down. There it goes. Make sure the guard stays up. Yeah, I remember being, when I was a kid, I remember this being a lot slicker. And see I hung up right there a little bit. Once again, that's the age creeping in. I probably should put a little drop of oil on there. And then the car is down. And you can use the same flipper to flip the car out onto the little roadway. And there it goes. And by the way, that's a car we're going to feature in another video upcoming, along with some other Tomicas that I got. All right, so there you have it, boys and girls. That's the Sears Roadmates 1970s parking garage. It's one of the crown jewels of my collection here. I hope you enjoyed that. I know it wasn't the slickest operation in the world, but hey, like I said, things 5 decades old. What do you want from it, right? All right, so in the meantime, y'all take care, and we'll see you in the next video.